Lum. I live at 13145 Sawgrass Court. What I'd like to talk about is, I'm sure not everyone's agenda, is our garbage pickup. The sub I live in, we receive 3 city services. We receive fire, police, and garbage pickup. We do not get street sweeping. We do not get snow plowing. There's a lot of things that our sub does not get. And the garbage pickup has been a big problem here recently. Well, not recently. I'm going to say for the last 2 years. I'll try to be brief, but my neighbor a year ago had a nice party at their house, had a bunch of guests come over. Our garbage pickup is on Friday, so when we're missed, we hope that they come on Saturday, which they don't do frequently. And then if they don't, the first opportunity we have to get a hold of someone in the city is on Monday. So my neighbor has this nice party for his friends and relatives, and everyone's trying to negotiate parking around all the garbage cans. That's an issue. We've had an issue where the yard waste was not picked up for a week. So everyone's yard waste sat out there for a week. And at the time they came back through the next week, the bags are all real moist and they're breaking open and it's a big mess. So with this being election time coming up, consider this possibly a litmus test, but I'd like for each one of you to go around the table and tell me, say, what in the last, say, 4 to 6 weeks have you done involving our garbage pickup? Have you made a phone call? I'm curious, but I'd like for you to state your name because I don't know all of you, and tell me what you've done in the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Well, I just want to caution everybody, you can do that, but it just can't turn into a campaign of that. Where's your subdivision at?
We are south of Northline, and we are west of Telegraph.
I'm trying to.
It's Gulf Lake Estates.
Oh, okay. So they're responsible for their own maintenance.
For all of our maintenance,
Okay.
every last piece of it. We get fire, police, and garbage pickup.
I can't go into detail, but there's things happening with garbage. We all suffer it. I live on Holland. They didn't pick mine up for a week. So we're all suffering. And there's things in the works.
I've talked so much to Brenda that I've gotten to know her. I think she does an outstanding job. In fact, I told her, I says, Brenda, I'm looking forward to calling you one day and saying, hey, everything was great. And a few weeks ago, she was on vacation, but I called and left her that message because that particular time they hit all 3, which is a rarity that they hit all 3.
I can just touch on a few things. You know, we do make regular calls. We encourage people to do the eye care. Brenda is great at being able to basically control that situation the best she can. Of course, we get the COVID, not enough employees, all that other stuff, but like you said, we pay a contract. The other thing is, you know, we're able to assess fines to them. And that's why we encourage everybody to use the eye care. Even if it doesn't get picked up, if your garbage day is on Thursday like mine, they have till Friday at noon to pick up whatever there, and if they don't, we can fine them up to $100.
Right.
So we have been doing that.
Brenda made me aware of that, and I make sure that I call her and tell her, Brenda, it's the whole sub, it's everyone, so make sure you get your fine, you know. But one of the things you said was, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, we're very aware of the situation, and like Councilman Johnson said, we can't really go into much discussion on certain things, but there are things in the hopper right now that are being discussed.
I have my own business, and when I have trouble with a vendor, I give them time to straighten things out, and this has been ongoing for the last 2 years. And when it gets to a point, I kick the vendor to the curb. I know there's legal parts to what you're doing there, but if the job's not getting done, status quo is not going to make it. Thank you. What about the rest of you?
Mr. Chairman, I think I could point you to 15 council meetings where some combination of all of us have voiced the same concerns that you have. So it's not as easy as kicking someone to the curb, but we live in the city like you do. Today's Tuesday, my garbage pickup is Friday. I'm by my house and there's hundreds of bags laying out in the street that should have been picked up. With the rain, it's gonna be a mess, so, you might watch us on television, I'm not sure, but I can assure you that one of the biggest priorities of things that we're trying to fix is garbage pickup. It's our largest contract, it's where we spend the most money, and the service has been horrible, and it's been going on for some time. So I've sat here and my colleagues have heard me complain, I've listened to their complaints. I think Mr. Lyon is doing a good job coming into the city, listening to our concerns. Right now, it's hold them accountable, at least financially.
Who is Mr. Lyon?
He's in charge of DPS, and he would be in charge of dealing with this particular vendor.
Okay.
One of the issues is it possible that it could be more expensive for them to not pick up your garbage than to pick up your garbage, right? We don't have enough workers, COVID, fine. How many of us are calling, using iCare to make sure your house is $100 and his house is $100 and his house is $100? That adds up pretty quick. I would think if it was your business and it cost you more to not do something than it cost you to do it, you would either do it or you would get out of business.
Sure.
And it's not really about finding them, it's not really about trying to get rid of them, it's about making sure that your house and my house and her house get the service that we're paying for. And it clearly hasn't happened for a long time, and I've listened to this entire body share the same frustrations as you, to the extent that, like your house right now, mine's not picked up, but holding them accountable to make sure you get the service you're paying for is the #1 goal of everybody sitting up here, I can assure you that. And again, I could give you all the dates of the council meetings if you want to go back and watch the recordings. It is something that needs to get better, but it's not through lack of effort and conversation. It is a high priority, and it needs to get fixed as soon as possible.
It does, because status quo is not working. I mean, it has been an ongoing problem for the last, I would say, 2 years.
Councilman Remy.
No, that's okay. He's in reference to the,
Well, and I was just gonna say, you're talking campaign, I'm not running again next, this next
Well,
election, so that doesn't
that
matter.
was just like
either
my
way. Yeah, I know.
view,
But
but I-
anyways, I agree 100% with, Councilman Bezura. Everybody up here has made the same comments over and over again. Our trash wasn't picked up, our compost wasn't picked up, call iCare, call this, and that's one of the constant things that I do is tell a lot of the people that I know, your trash hasn't been picked up, call and talk to Brenda, and let her know, because they will be fine. But yeah, it is a service that you need to be having, we need to have, we all live in Taylor. So yeah, we're all kind of like on your side, we agree 100% with the problems that we're having with this company.
Well, I hope we have some plan.
I hope so
We
too.
hope we have a plan.
Sure, there is
We hope.
Okay, well, it's,
there is a plan. You can't, you
the
just
problem
can't,
is 2
it's gotta
years,
be a
so
plan.
hopefully
It
the
can't
plan
be-
is coming
It
soon.
can't be an execution, it's gotta be a plan, it can't be.
I understand, but you have to understand that we've been dealing with this for 2 years,
Me too.
and I understand that. But
Oh, I
We-
don't
you know,
disagree.
maybe it's been too lax, and we haven't dealt with it for a year